Okay.
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so everyone heard this meeting will be recorded. And with that, I'd like to open the May 6th Zoning Board of Appeals meeting to order. At this time, we typically say the pledge, but absent a quorum and possibly a flag in some cases, I think we'll forego that. Today's meeting will be the first that we've done something like this, so I ask everybody's patience to bear with us while we get through this. The format obviously is on GoToMeeting. We will go through each of the applications as they're listed on the agenda. And sorry, just give me 1 sec. But we had and during each application, we'll ask if anybody from the audience wishes to be heard on the application or heard on that item. At that point, I ask you to unmute your phone and just say that, and if there's a couple of people, just bear with us. We'll try to get one at a time. Just state your name that you want to be heard, and then we'll take it from there, and we'll get a list of people that want to be heard. There's also a chat feature in GoToMeeting if you're new to it. I'll just take a quick screenshot of that. If you're new to GoToMeeting or haven't used it in 10 years since, like me, there's this little bubble here, which is a chat. You can start to type down in this area, and you can send it to a person or everyone, and then you click send. If you do want to be heard on an application, make sure we don't miss it. It'd be nice to have just enter your name and the case or application that you wish to be heard on, and we'll try to keep a list of people that way. And if you are unable to speak or hear us or see the meeting at any time, we ask that you call Denise, who's our deputy town attorney. Her phone number is 845-304-4880. And she'll interrupt us during, when we do get the message to make sure that we're aware of any technical difficulties. So with that, I'm going to do a roll call. When I say your name or the name of your application, please just say here. And I guess it would be helpful to have you state your name at that point. It's just so we can call you by name when your application comes up. And during each application, we'll address you, each individual, whether you're the applicant or speaking against or in favor of an application. You will be asked to swear or affirm to tell the truth. So we'll do that before we actually have you present your cases or speak your opinions. And when we open your case, we have to read in some verbiage, and at that point, after that point, I'll ask you to present your application and the reasons why you need the variance. Then as we go through it, that's when we'll ask for public comment. At the end of it, we'll close the public hearing and we'll go right into decision making, which is new for us, but we'll do a SECRA evaluation, and then we'll actually vote on the application, and I will pull the board one by one, just to make sure that we document who's in favor or against. And then after that application's done, we'll open the next one, and so on and so forth. So with that, if there's no questions, I will just do a roll call. So is Dowling here?
Yes, William Dowling is here.
Right. Thank you, William. And Deese?
Hi, Carrie and Ryan Deese are here.
Great, thank you. And Edelweiss?
Edelweiss is here.
And what's your first name, sir?
Danny, and Peter's on the line as well.
Great, thanks, guys. All right, with that, I make a motion to open Dowling, and if the board can unmute themselves, I'll just pull the board. I'm just going down my list of who I see. So I will say Mike Bosco,
Yep.
Rob Bonamolo,
Yes.
Tommy Quinn,
Here.
and Tricia Castelli,
Yes.
and Dan Sullivan, yes. Okay, Debbie, I think you're up.
I have a notarized affidavit of posting and a disclosure certificate, no other letters of correspondence.
Great, thank you. All right, this is ZBA number 20-23, application of William and Jacqueline Dowling for a variance from zoning code chapter 43 of the town of Orangetown code, chapter 43 R15 district group M, section 9.2, non-conforming bulk shall not be increased. Side yard 20 feet required, 12.6 feet existing and proposed for a dormer at an existing single family residence. The premises are located at 207 Ann Street, Pearl River, New York, and is identified on the Orangetown tax map as section 73.05 block 1 lot 7 in the R15 zoning district. So William Dowling, do you swear and or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, great. Can you please describe your application to us and tell us what you're looking for?
Yes, we were applying for a variance to dormer my roof to create. I have a upstairs that has one big room right now, and we were going to dormer it out to create 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. I'm applying for a variance because I'm not building out on the structure at all. It's just any work, I was told any work that has to be done on the existing structure that's already too close to the property line needs a variance. So again, it's just dorming out a roof to create multiple bedrooms because when I bought the house, I had no kids. Now I got 2. So
Okay.
Need room for them, including a 2-week-old.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. And the 2-year-old you can hear screaming in the back. But that is what we're planning on doing.
Great. And how long have you lived in the residence?
Since 2015, December. I bought the house in October of 2015, moved in December of 2015. Anything else?
Yeah, just looking through the plans.
Okay.
Yeah, and you stated so that the footprint's not changing, you're just really going up the back.
Yep, just I'm going up actually the front, and then there's so what you're looking at right now, that back right corner, there's about an 8-foot area that we're dormering, but most of the dormering is the front of the house.
Okay,
Like none of those 3 windows in the front of the house exist at the moment,
gotcha. Yep.
on the upper level.
And is there any reason why the 13 feet's not in this, Debbie? Debbie?
Sorry, my mic is off. It was denied for increase in non-conforming bulk. I don't-
12.6 feet.
What is the,
I have a side yard 20 feet and 12.6 feet.
yeah, I'm trying to find the pub now. .6 existing and proposed for the side yard. I don't know why the 13 feet wasn't.
So it should really be 12.6 and 13
And
both
13.
existing.
Yeah, I can add that.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, does anybody from the zoning board have anything they want to add?
Can I just ask a question? Question, similar additions been made in the neighborhood?
I don't know. I know my neighbor across the street once built on top of his house, I think, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay. And also, do you have a shed in the backyard?
I do, in the back left corner.
Okay. I don't see it.
Yeah, what's the size of that shed? William?
It's 10 by 8.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Yeah, where is it? Right about there?
Yep, that's exactly where it is.
All right. I don't know how we're going to do this, Debbie. I mean, I guess if there's a drawing of record, is there a way that you can put that on the plan and save it for Williams to come down and initial it?
Yes.
Dan, this is Mike. Do we have to have distances from the back line and the side line?
Well, it's movable. It's under 100 square feet, and I'm assuming, William, that you'll tell me it's movable, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And do you know what the setbacks are from the property line? It's supposed to be 5 feet.
I think right now it's probably like 3
Okay.
3 feet from the back of the house. But it's not a permanent structure. It's easily moved.
Okay. All right. So if and the only reason I'm asking that, William, is that if they come out there and if it does come up later on, that I don't want you to get 90% or 100% done with your project and then have a building inspector come out and say that you'll need a variance for the 3-foot setback on the shed. So just keep that in mind. If it is, if you find a time when it's empty or mostly empty and you can move it, do it.
Mhm.
If not, just keep that in mind.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think it's 5 feet from the back. Trying to think if I lay down. I think it's close, so I'm not 100. I wouldn't definitely say it is.
Yeah. Okay. Again, that's just for if they do come back, that can be another variance, which can delay your project and getting a CO. So I just want you to be aware of that.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. And that's 5 feet from each line, property line, side and back.
Okay.
Okay, does anybody from the public wish to be heard on this application? Just give them a couple seconds. Anybody from the public? Anybody on chat? Any further questions from the board? And I guess I'll do a poll as well.
All good, Dan.
Mike's good. Rob?
I'm good.
Okay, Tommy?
No, I'm good.
Okay, Patricia?
I'm good. I'm good.
Great, thank you. All right, hearing none, I make a motion to close and I'll pull you again. Mike?
Need a second.
Mike.
Yes, sorry, I was muted.
That's right, Rob?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, Tommy?
Yes.
And Patricia?
Yes.
And yes for me. So the public portion of the meeting is closed. At this point, I'll go into SECRA. And if I can find it. So based upon the testimony heard by this board and the facts as presented in the aforementioned application submissions and in the records, this application ZBA number 20-23 is exempt from environmental review under the State Environmental Quality Review Act pursuant to SECRA Regulation 617.5 subparagraph C, subparagraph 11, 12, 16, and or 17. So I so move. Is there a second?
Second.
Tricia? All in favor? Mike?
Aye.
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 Great, and I. Okay, great. And I'll make a motion that we approve the application for William Dowling on 20-23 with the modification of a 12.6 setback existing and proposed and a 13-foot side yard setback existing and proposed, and he'll come in and add the modification for the shed. There are other two-story homes in the house, and I think it's in keeping with the neighborhood. And it's not significant. It's a similar sized house for that neighborhood. Is there a second on that?
Second. Second.
Mike Bosco?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
All in favor? All in favor, Mike?
Aye.
Rob?
Aye.
Tommy?
Aye.
Patricia?
Aye.
And Dan? Aye. Okay, great. That's it, William. You're all set. And Debbie you can reach out to Debbie about the next steps in the morning. And good luck.
Okay,
with
I reach out to her. Okay, cool. Thank you
Yeah,
very
just
much.
Call in the morning. You got
Good
it.
luck.
All right, thank you, everyone. I appreciate it. Stay safe.
Cheers.
Good luck.
Right. On to the next. At this point, I would like to open the application for number 20-24, application of Ryan and Carrie Dees. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. All in favor? Patricia?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Rob?
Aye.
And Tommy?
Aye.
And Dan Sullivan, aye. Okay, great. Debbie, any letters?
No, I haven't notarized affidavit of posting and a disclosure certificate and no letters on this application.
Okay, great. The ZBA number 20-24 application of Brian and Carrie Dees for variances from zoning code, chapter 43 of the town of Orangetown code, chapter 43 R15 district group M, columns 4, floor area ratio 0.2 permitted, 0.15 existing, 0.25 proposed, 5 lot area 15,000 square feet required, 11,325 square feet existing and proposed, 6 lot width 100 feet required, 75 feet existing and proposed. Section 5.21 undersized lot applies. 8 front yard 30 feet required, 28 feet existing, 22 feet proposed. Side yard 15 feet, 15.8 feet existing, 11.2 feet proposed. 10 total side yard 30 feet required, 39 existing, 27 feet proposed, and 12 building height 20 feet permitted, 16 feet existing, 25 feet 3 inches proposed for an addition to an existing single family residence. Premises are located at 4 Villa Road, Pearl River, New York, and is identified on the Orangetown tax map as section 69.10, block 1, lot 58 in the R15 zoning district. Carrie Dees and Ryan Dees, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
We do.
Ryan?
I do.
Great. And are you presenting this with anybody else, or is it just you two?
Yes, our architect is on, Rob from Rome Architecture.
Okay, Rob, can we get your last name?
Yes, Robert Pomerini.
Want to spell that?
Palmerini.
Thank you.
And Rob, do you also swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Great, thanks. All right, can you tell us about your project, please?
Okay, I'll start off. I just kind of describe what we're looking to do. Obviously, we're asking for a variance on the what you had mentioned there. We have an existing single-story house, approximately 1,220 square feet, with a partial basement. We also have a detached garage, which is non-conforming, about 200 square feet. The house was built in around 1950s, as well as a lot of the houses around in the area. We are looking, it's a 3-bedroom house, small bedrooms. We're looking to put an additional addition on the second floor addition over the existing footprint of the main house, which is approximately about a 900 square foot addition, second floor addition. There'll be 3 bedrooms above on the second floor with a guest room, for family members on the first floor, and obviously living room and the other dining room and things like that. We are adding an addition on the front of the house for a covered porch. We're removing an existing stoop and walkway and creating this covered porchway that runs to the driveway. As well, on the right side of the house, we are adding a single car garage Again, mentioned we're going to remove the garage that's set down in the back. That's close within, I guess, closer than the 5-foot setback that's required in the back. And so we're going to put it up closer to attach it to the house, so it's more functional as a garage. Let me see what else we have here. Again, there's an existing deck in the back that we're not touching. We are renovating the inside and obviously the appearance of the house. We are asking for a variance for a bunch of things. The lot area, which is obviously undersized, and the lot width, and those are obviously something that we can't control. We're also asking for a front yard setback. It's required is 30 feet. We currently have 28. Again, the second floor is in the same plane as the existing first floor wall line. The part that's sticking forward, it would be the covered porch, which is basically about a 6-foot by 22-foot long covered porch, which we feel is modest enough to put a chair and still be able to walk by. The side yard setback on the left side of the house is not being touched, which is the current 15.8. On the right side, is where we're asking for the variance as the 11.2. And the front of the garage is set back, so it still meets the 30-foot front setback of the garage. So really, it's just the side that is requiring the variance. The building height, again, it is requiring it because I think with the small lot, you're allowed required 20 feet. We are currently at 16. We'll be going to 25 foot 3 inches approximately. And the FAR is 20%. It's currently at 15%, and we will be asking for a variance for 25%. But if we calculated it using, if the lot was actually conforming, we'd only be at 19%. So obviously the small lot increases our FAR automatically. I think what we're doing is creating a house. I don't know if they was able to submit the kind of rendering of the proposed house, if that was made into the documents or not, but we're basically trying to create a mid-century modern, something that's, I think, keeping in with the similar size and scale of the neighborhood, as well as a style that reflects the young home, the owners right now, and eventually their growing family. So I think Mr. Chairman, I'm kind of done with my part. I think maybe the owners might want to say a couple of things as well.
Yeah,
Great.
perfect.
Thanks, Rob.
Thank you guys for the opportunity to virtually present. I know this is a little different. Ryan and I are newlyweds, and we recently purchased the house last year for my father-in-law, Kenny Deese. The house has been in the Deese family since the early 90s, and we were both actually raised in Pearl River and attended Pearl River High School, so we have a lot of roots here. We have a ton of family in Orangetown between the Deese, Comfrey, and Dolan, so we definitely decided we wanted to raise our family here one day. And yeah, hopefully you can see we're not looking to do anything super extravagant. We just want to modernize the house a little bit and make it our own, and hopefully open up some bedrooms for a family one day. Thank you guys for considering us.
Great, thanks. And a question that we typically ask when we see front yard, can you describe the traffic patterns on Villa Road in that area? Are they light?
Yes.
Are they heavy?
Villa and Rel, they meet. We're kind of at the intersection there. It's light traffic. We're right by St. Aidan's though, so Sundays is our heaviest traffic day.
Gotcha. And are there other homes in the neighborhood with 2 stories on it, such as this, in the garage?
Yeah, when you're looking at the house to the left was actually a very similar footprint to where we are currently, and they built up. And then the house across the street, which I think you could see both visuals in the application, I believe that was a big modular home that they, yeah, perfect. That's the house to the left. And then I think you should have the house across the street as well. Yeah. I believe that was modular that they put in a couple of years back.
All right, good. Okay, any questions from the board?
Dan, this is Mike Bosco. So the house across the street on the module, I guess, they're bigger properties than you have, right? The larger
Yes.
lots, it seems.
Yes, the one across the street is a bigger lot, and the one to the left of us is a corner lot.
Right, so one of the things that you mentioned was that, it was non-conforming, and if it was a conforming lot, your percentage would be 19, but you purchased the house as a non-conforming, right? So that's, you knew was there. So I don't see that as something that is there. You created, it's not created in a way, right? So just something to keep in mind, in my opinion, anyway, as one member of the board.
Okay, anybody else on the board? Anybody from the audience wish to be heard, the public? I guess is it an audience? I don't know what this is. Anybody from the public, anybody online? The aliens.
Hello. Hello.
Hey, Don?
Yes, Donald Brenner. Just want to say that I think what you're doing is terrific, and I'm really testing out the run for myself next week. So thank you very much for listening to me.
Good one, Don.
One other thing, if it's allowed, Debbie, I know that there was a letter that was submitted by the Coreys, who are the house next to us. I don't know the appropriate way to go about that here, but just wanted to call that to attention as well.
Do you have the letter in your hand?
I don't have the letter, Carrie. You know what? It might have been mixed up with other papers because of moving things around. I apologize. Do you have it? Can you read it? I'm sure.
Yes, let me just find my email to you. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I hope it get probably stuck to another application.
Which neighbor would these be? Left side or?
Left.
When you're looking at the house right to the left. The Coreys. Rob, do you have handy?
I think, Carrie, I think it's the 10 Villa Road, that one you have on the image there, Chairman.
Okay, and Carrie, can you summarize what the letter said?
Yeah, of course. It was just showing support that their house was also in their family for many years, and they bought and remodeled for their new family. So just showing support for having us be in the neighborhood now and then looking to do work and maintain our family here long term.
Okay.
I apologize for not having that.
Okay, good. Thank you. All right. Does anybody else wish to be heard on this? Anybody else? All right. Hearing none, I'll make a motion to close. Do I have a second?
Second. Rob.
Rob, second. All in favor? Patricia?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Rob?
Aye.
Tom?
Aye.
And Dan Sullivan, aye. All right, the meeting's now closed. So I'm going to move into SECRA. Based upon the testimony heard by this board and the facts as presented in the aforementioned application submissions and in the records, application number 20-24 for Deese is exempt from environmental review under the State Environmental Quality Review Act pursuant to SECRA Regulation 617.5, subparagraph C, subparagraph 11, 12, 16, and or 17. Is there a second to my motion?
Second.
Patricia, all in favor, Patricia?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Rob?
Aye.
Tom?
Aye.
And Dan Sullivan, aye. Moving to the decision. I'm going to make a motion that we approve the application as posted. Many of the variances, although seems like a lot of variances here, they are not self-created. Floor area ratio, although that's high considering the size of the property, it's not for the zone that it's in. The lot area they can do nothing about. The lot width they cannot do anything about, and it's an undersized lot. The front yard is 8 feet variance, 22 feet proposed, which should be okay in that area of Villa Road, as they testified. And the side yard is changing a bit, but seems like there's support from neighbors for them to continue with their addition. And I feel it's in keeping with the neighborhood. There are other houses with second stories and garages in that area. I've been around that neighborhood. And that is my motion. Is there a second?
Second, Mike.
Mike? All in favor, Patricia?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Rob?
Aye.
Tom?
Aye.
Dan Sullivan, aye. All right, guys, congratulations. You got your variance. You can call Debbie in the morning and she'll tell you what the next steps are.
Wonderful. Thank you, guys.
You got it.
Good
Have a
luck.
great night.
Thank you.
Good luck.
All right, moving on to number 3. ZBA number 20 sorry. I make a motion to open ZBA number 20-25 for Edelweiss.
Second.
Second, Patricia. All in favor, Patricia,
Aye.
Mike,
Aye.
Rob,
Aye.
Tom,
Aye.
Dan Sullivan, aye. All right, Debbie, do you have any?
Yes, I have a notarized affidavit of posting and a disclosure certificate and several letters of correspondence. The first dated February 26, 2020 from the Rockland County Department of Planning. And they approve, since the proposed variances will have no adverse impact on any countywide interest, this matter is remanded for local determination. Signed, Douglas J. Schutz, Acting Commissioner of Planning. A letter dated March 16th, 2020 from the Rockland County Sewer District Number 1. The Rockland County Sewer District Number 1 does not object to the plan as shown. The project does not affect any sanitary sewers within the district. We request no further correspondence for the site. Signed, Joseph LaFiandra, Engineer 2. And I have 2 sign-offs with that, no comments at this time, from Rockland County Health Department and the Rockland County Highway Department. And that's it for correspondence.
Great, thank you. Okay, do we have Danny and Peter Edelweiss? Are you guys on the line still?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yes, I'm here.
Which one was which? Danny was first?
Yeah, Peter's the guy who has the video. My video's not working.
Gotcha. All right, Danny and Peter Edelweiss, do you swear or affirm that you tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Yes, I do.
Thank you. The ZBA number 20-25, application of Edelweiss Construction for a variance from zoning code, chapter 43 of the town of Orangetown code, R15 district, group M, section 5.21, undersized lot applies, section 3.12, column 8, front yard 30 feet required, 25.5 feet proposed, and 11 rear yard 35 feet required, 16.8 feet proposed for a deck at a new single-family residence. Premises are located at 2 South Mary Frances Street, Tappan, New York. It is identified on the Orangetown tax map as section 74.18, block 3, lot 5 in the R15 zoning district. Great. Sorry, I forgot to ask Danny and Peter, are you going to have anybody presenting with you, or is it just the 2 of you?
No, it's just us.
Okay, great. Can you please describe the project to us and why you're asking for the variance?
So what happened was we had to come in for the variances in order to build the dwelling, which you guys were graceful enough to give us, and we appreciate that very much. However, when it came to the grading of the property, the architect and the surveyor were not on the same page regarding what the grading was going to be like. So we have a sliding door which is facing South Mary Frances Street, and we have, I don't know, what do you say, Dad? Maybe 5-foot drop from the door down to grade. So, you know, they originally accounted just to put in a small landing and a couple steps down to the patio. But now we're much higher up, so we are asking permission to be able to just put a small deck on there with a set of stairs going down on the right side so that people can get out of the sliding door and walk down to the patio, which you guys had given us the permission to make.
So this is so we granted, and just help me understand this, Peter, or sorry, Danny, just because
Well, Akabor gave us the okay with the patio on, all the materials that we were going to use and everything. But if you look there where the proposed deck is, there's a sliding door right there, exactly right there where your mouse is. And, originally the grade was supposed to be much higher, but because of the slope of the property, the foundation is higher, which made everything much higher off of the ground than it should have been. Or how, let's put it that the architect and the surveyor together had calculated for. So now you have to put a small deck there in order for them to walk out of that sliding door and access that paver patio that we made there for them.
gotcha.
Yeah, now you see it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Right there.
And literally, this is the last step we have before this house is completely finished. This whole entire epidemic has really, I'm pretty sure it's not helped a lot of people, but it's really put a heck of a pause on this project for us in order for us to get our POs and wrap it up.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, basically everything is done almost. Yeah.
I was just looking for the width of that deck. What is that, 4 feet?
The deck is, I think it's about 5 foot.
Like 16 feet.
The
Yeah,
length
Not
of
wide.
is 6 total with the stairs.
What's up against the chimney?
Gotcha. Yeah. All right, are there any questions from the board on this?
I have a question. So that is that's your rear yard because you have 2 front yards, correct? So that's the selected rear yard.
Correct.
And I'm sorry, your front yard variance is for?
The front yard variance that we got was for the stairs, I believe was from the stairs to Low Lane.
But you're requesting a front yard.
I'm not even sure because the address is South Mary Francis Street.
No,
I'm
these
not
are
really 100%
sorry,
what
Danny.
you guys.
Yeah, Danny, hold on a sec. Patricia, these are the 2 fronts. One of these would have to be the rears.
Right, I know there's 2 fronts, but.
Right, but that's the front yard. Where the patio is and the deck, that's the front yard on South Mary Francis Street.
Right, so that's the 16.8.
No, that's a 25.5.
Oh, I'm
The
sorry.
rear yard is, it looks like it's 13. I don't know why it says 16.8.
That's why I'm confused. I'm a little confused about the numbers.
This looks like the rear yard, and they did 16.8 to the deck. The 13.0 must have been in this decision up here.
Let me ask you this: do you think that with that 16 foot that would be to the edge of the deck? Are the stairs considered part of the deck when it comes to the variance with the encroachment?
Do you know what, Danny? It changes like every other year, whether it's the second step or the the third riser. I don't know how they actually calculate that. Yeah.
The 16.9 to the.
Well, here, so last year we did the 13 feet to the corner of the house.
Mm-hmm.
And so the 16.9 is to the deck. I guess they're measuring that just because it's in the setback.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
16.9. Yeah, 16.
Yeah, so it's 13 to the corner, 16. Yeah, it says 16.8 on the publication. So we'll
Looks
go.
like you put that right to the corner post on the deck there.
Yeah. Yeah, see how that's like the second riser, Danny? That's why I don't really know.
Yeah.
So we have 16.8 on publication, 16.9 on here. We'll say 16.8. I mean, I'm not gonna. I don't want to get into an inch and a half.
I mean, if it comes to it, I can always call Jay from, Jay Greenwell, and I can have him adjust it for you guys.
Well, if it was denied at 16.8, the building inspector should have had it done correctly. He's at fault for that. And don't have that. No, here it is. And I don't see it in there. Great. Yeah, we'll go 16.8, Danny. That's right.
Well, 16, that could be against the house, right? Because it's at a slight angle on the property line, so the outside could be 16.9.
I believe because I already put the ledger against the house, I believe the ledger was just over 16 foot from the corner, or just under between 15 and 16 feet from the corner of that chimney to the outside of the house. Obviously, now we're going to cut that ledger back because we got to set those stringers far enough back that we're not going past the edge of the house and encroaching further on that rear setback.
Okay. Yeah, we'll go with what's published. That's all right. All right. Does anybody from the audience or the public or anybody online care to comment on this? Anybody from the public? Going twice. Anybody from the public? Going a third time. Any further questions from the board?
I just wanted to ask, who is Chalet Suisse?
That's our company, yeah.
Oh, that's your company. Okay, because I saw that Edelweiss Chalet. I saw the theme here.
Yeah, Edelweiss was a corporation we opened up in order to buy the property.
Okay, thank you.
All right, any further questions? All right, hearing none, I make a motion to close. Is there a second?
Second, Mike.
All in favor, Patricia?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Rob?
Aye.
Tom?
Aye.
Dan Sullivan, aye. All right, the meeting is, public portion is now closed. I'll move into SECRA. Based upon the testimony heard by this board and the facts as presented in the aforementioned application submissions and in the records, this application number ZBA number 20-25 for Edelweiss Construction is exempt from environmental review under the State Environmental Quality Review Act pursuant to SECRA Regulation 617.5, subparagraph C, subparagraph 11, 12, 16, and or 7. I make a motion that we approve this.
Second.
And all in favor, Patricia?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Rob?
Aye.
Tom?
Aye.
Dan Sullivan, aye. All right, I also make a motion that we approve the application for Edelweiss Construction. It's not a significant increase. There's obviously an issue that came up during construction, which, however, it looks self-created, it potentially isn't based on the grading of the house and the property around it with a field change. And they're doing the best they can to make this project work. Is there a second on that?
Second.
Patricia, all in favor? Patricia?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Rob? Rob?
Aye.
Thank you. Tom?
Aye.
And Dan Sullivan, aye. All right, good luck, guys. Thank you very much. You could call Debbie in the morning. She'll tell you what the next steps are.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.
I mean,
Have a good
Debbie
night.
had mentioned that we had other business Akabor. Is that something I should just speak with her tomorrow about?
Yeah, that's another cast of characters. You got to do this again.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, thanks, bro.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank
Have a
you.
great night.
Yeah, take care now.
Take care.
All right, and with that, that's the last application. Denise, is there any reason to keep open the public hearing?
Sorry, say that again.
Denise, is there any reason to keep open the public hearing?
No, I think everybody's done. There's no other business, correct?
Good. Okay, make a motion to close the hearing. Get a
Beautiful.
second. That. Is there a second?
Tom.
That's Tom. All in favor, Patricia,
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Rob?
Aye.
Tom?
Aye.
Dan Sullivan, aye. Great. Thank you very much, everybody. This time the public hearing's closed. I asked the zoning board to stick around. I just want to get some feedback from you.
This conference is no longer being recorded.
All right, guys, let's just give it a second.